Wait, what if the Nancy Guthrie abduction wasn't a sudden crime? What if the nightmare actually started 20 days before anyone even realized she was missing? Tonight we have obtained leaked details that are sending shockwaves through Pima County. We're talking about a date that has been scrubbed, debated, and hidden, January 11th. While the world was looking at February 1st, something sinister was already lurking at Nancy's front door. We have uncovered glitchy doorbell footage that Google tried to hide, and a secret timeline that suggests Nancy wasn't just a victim of a random crime, she was being hunted. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to show you changes the entire motive of this case. You won't believe who was caught on camera 3 weeks before the snatching. To understand the horror of February 1st, we have to look at the woman at the center of it all. Nancy Guthrie wasn't just a neighbor, she was the heartbeat of her community. But behind that smile, there were whispers of a shadowy figure following her. For weeks, Nancy had told close friends she felt eyes on her every time she walked to her car. The Pima County Sheriff's Department has been under massive fire for their slow response. But new insider reports suggest they knew about the January 11th incident from day one. Why was this kept silent? Why did it take 51 days for the significance of this date to reach the public? It feels like a cover-up is brewing, and the history of tension between the local investigators and federal tech giants like Google is finally reaching a breaking point. This wasn't a tragedy that just happened. This was a clock that started ticking weeks ago. Here is where it gets chilling. On January 11th, exactly 20 days before Nancy vanished into thin air, a high-definition Nest doorbell camera captured a figure at her door. This wasn't a delivery driver. This wasn't a neighbor. This was a man with no backpack, no tools, and no reason to be there. But here is the first explosive twist. When investigators initially reached out to Google, the tech giant confirmed the date was January 11th. They saw the face, they saw the movement. But then, Google took it back. In a shocking move that has Nancy's family reeling in betrayal, Google suddenly claimed they could not definitively pin the photo to that day. How does a multi-billion-dollar tech company lose a timestamp? Leaked messages from a supposed whistleblower inside the tech department suggest the footage wasn't unclear, it was tampered with. The Guthrie family released a statement over the weekend that was dripping with heartbreak, basically screaming at the authorities. Why are you letting the trail go cold? The drama is escalating beyond the courtroom and into the digital world. While the sheriff tries to play it safe, saying he can't say with clarity if the suspect visited before the kidnapping, the internet is already miles ahead. A second twist just dropped. A leaked private social media thread from a local investigator's relative suggests there isn't just one photo, there are 3. Twitter is exploding. The hashtag Nancy Guthrie cover-up is trending as fans compare the January 11th man to a known person in Nancy's past. Was this a professional hit, or was it someone she actually knew? Famous true crime YouTubers and even minor celebrities are weighing in, calling the sheriff's lack of clarity an insult to the victims. The backlash is reaching a fever pitch. One viral post claimed, if Google can't tell us the date, it's because they're protecting a high-profile client. Is there a darker connection here? The industry is shaking because if the tech we trust to protect our homes is being used to hide kidnappers, none of us are safe. The world is divided. On one side, you have the truth seekers who are demanding a full audit of Google's servers. On the other, you have the skeptics who think the January 11th date is a massive red herring meant to distract us from what really happened on February 1st. I've lived in Pima for 20 years. And we've never seen the FBI this quiet. One local resident posted in a community forum, "Something is wrong. They're scared of what's on that tape." Even Savannah Guthrie's family has had to step into the line of fire, desperately begging the community for renewed attention. Think about that. The family has to beg for help because the people in charge are too busy arguing over timestamps. The comment sections are a war zone of theories, betrayal, and pure, unadulterated anger. But hold on, we saved the most terrifying detail for last. Just minutes ago, a source close to the investigation whispered something that changes everything. They claim the man seen on January 11th wasn't just looking at the house. He was holding something in his hand, a key that looked exactly like Nancy's spare. If he had a key 20 days before the abduction, this wasn't a kidnapping, it was an eviction from life. And the final bombshell? The sheriff's department just scheduled an emergency closed-door meeting for tomorrow morning. Why the secrecy? What did they find in the woods behind the Guthrie property that they aren't telling us? The timeline is shifting, the truth is screaming to come out, and we are just one leaked document away from the most scandalous revelation in true crime history. This is far from over. What do you think Google is hiding? Do you believe the January 11th man is the same person who took Nancy on February 1st? Or is this all a massive distraction? Drop your theories in the comments below. I read every single one, and we need to keep this conversation alive for Nancy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications. We are expecting a massive leak within the next 24 hours, and you do not want to miss our emergency update. Was it an inside job? Tell me what you think right now. Stay tuned, stay alert.